This is ANN News Brief.
South Africa says it has begun human trials for a COVID-19 vaccine developed by Oxford University. Authorities say at least 2,000 persons in South Africa will be involved in one of the earliest and most advanced trials for a vaccine to tackle the coronavirus pandemic. South Africa was chosen for its expertise in the field and because COVID-19 is fast spreading there, with a total of 106,000 cases and more than 2,000 deaths so far. The first doses of the vaccine are being administered in Johannesburg this week. Scientists will test a community at immediate risk of infection and determine whether the British vaccine is effective. Similar tests are already on the way in some other countries. Brazil says 5,000 persons will be involved in a vaccine trial. Meanwhile, health authorities in South Africa say more than 180 pupils have tested positive for COVID-19. The government is now scrambling to contain the outbreak at a school in Eastern Cape Province, a hotspot where the pupils tested positive. Makula Senior Secondary School was closed on Tuesday for decontamination. Officials say contact tracing and testing is on the way. The South African Democratic Teachers Union has called for the closure of schools in the area. 196 schools has so far been closed since the reopening of schools on June 1st. Amnesty International has called for the end of impunity for rapists in Sierra Leone after the death of a 5-year-old girl. Hundreds of protesters took to the street to demand justice after the girl died on June 17th from complications after she was raped. Protesters dressed in black headed to the Attorney General's office, the police headquarters, and outside the office of the Director of Public Prosecutions in the capital, Freetown. The head of Kids Advocacy Network, Edmond Fona, said one of the demands of the protesters was that the country set up an adequate forensics laboratory to help with gathering evidence in rape cases. We'll be right back.
Whether in your house, at your office, on your phone or online, we are there. We have the facts behind the headlines. We cut to the chase with the news you really need. We cover every angle. We are the bigger, better news network. We are African News Network. ANN. Watch ANN News on MITV from a truly African spirit.
Malawi has conducted a presidential rerun election. The sitting president, Peter Mutharika, narrowly won victory in last year's election that was subsequently annulled in February. Judges ruled there had been evidence of vote tampering. As a rerun was taking place yesterday, President Peter Mutharika appealed for calm after he accused the opposition of stirring up violence. The incumbent is facing a strong challenge from an opposition coalition led by Lazarus Chakwera. The African Union's Human Rights Commission has accused the government of foul play ahead of the vote by trying to replace the Chief Justice and another judge in the Court of Appeal. That is ANN News Brief at 10. For details on these and other breaking stories, visit our website, annafrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I'm Lucy Ademi.